If you want to learn how to add blur in Photopea, you're in the right place. In this video, I'll show you the quickest and most common way to blur a photo, background, or entire layer using the Gaussian Blur filter in Photopea. This is a super useful effect if you want to soften an image, hide details, create depth, or make text and subject stand out more clearly. It's also a very simple process, so even if you're brand new to Photopea, you'll be able to follow along easily. And before we get started, if this tutorial helps you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy design and editing tips just like this. All right, let's jump right in. First, open your project in Photopea and look over to the Layers panel on the right side of the screen. You need to select the layer that you want to blur. This is really important because Photopea will only apply the blur to the active layer, not the entire file unless that's the layer you've chosen. So click the layer once to highlight it. If you want to blur a background, make sure you select that background layer. If you want to blur an image, text, or another object, select that specific layer instead. Once the correct layer is selected, go up to the top menu bar and click Filter. From the drop-down menu, hover over Blur and then choose Gaussian Blur. This is the main tool used for adding a smooth, even blur across an image. After clicking it, a dialog box will appear with a preview window. This preview lets you see exactly how the blur will look before you apply it. Now you can adjust the strength of the blur using the radius slider. Drag the slider to the right if you want a stronger blur effect, or keep it lower if you only want a light softening effect. You can also click inside the box and type in a pixel value directly if you want more precise control. A small value will create a subtle blur, while a larger value will make the image much more out of focus. Take a moment to find the look you want and use the preview window to check how it affects the image. If you're blurring a background, a stronger blur often works well because it helps separate the subject from the rest of the design. If you're just softening an element slightly, a lighter blur may be better. Once you're happy with the result, click OK to apply the filter. At that point, the blur will be committed to your selected layer, and you'll instantly see the change in your canvas. Now here's a really helpful tip if you want to keep your edit flexible. Before applying Gaussian Blur, you can go to Filter and choose Convert for Smart Filters. This lets you apply the blur in a non-destructive way, which means you can come back later and adjust or remove it if needed. That's especially useful if you're still experimenting with the design or you think you may want to change the blur amount later on. It gives you much more control and keeps your workflow cleaner. So to recap, the process is simple. Select the layer, open Filter, go to Blur, choose Gaussian Blur, adjust the radius, and click OK. And if you want extra flexibility, convert it for smart filters first. That's how you add blur in Photopea in just a few steps. If this tutorial helped you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more Photopea tips, editing tutorials, and beginner-friendly design guides. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.